Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here, and thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the what's next on undefeated former junior middleweight champion Jaime Munguia, following his what was it? I think 5th or 6th round TKO victory of Jimmy Kelly, the other middleweight contender. So, you know, now Munguia is still highly rated. You know, he's calling out Jamal Charlo again, but we're going to run through the top 10 and see what could possibly be next for him. But I'm really sick and tired of waiting around for Jaime Munguia and what he's going to do. So hopefully he mans up and fights somebody good soon and next, because he's really running out of time of where he's considered to be something special, or potentially something special. It's time for him to step the fuck up and fight somebody. So let's run through the top 10 and see what could possibly be next for Jaime Munguia. Number 1, Triple G Gennady Golovkin. This fight is not going to happen next for Munguia. Munguia got another knockout win. He's probably going to be good to go by September, October area, and definitely before the end of the year. And Triple G's fighting Canelo in September at 168 for the undisputed super middleweight title. Even if he loses a close decision of that nature, he's not going to want to try to come back and fight before the end of the year against Munguia. So, not seeing that one. Number 2, the undefeated WBO champion, Demetrius Andrade. So, you know, obviously, Munguia could... well, he's not in the mix for Andrade right now. So, the only way these two guys could fight is if it's above 160... or in a contender's bout. Excuse me. Again, I've been sick lately. If they were to fight in a contender's bout, then that would be possible, but it's not likely. These guys haven't even wanted to fight each other in a championship fight. You know, so not likely that's going to happen in a contender's bout, because Andrade has to defend against Alan Canuli next, or he's got to vacate his belt if he doesn't. That's the only way him and Munguia could fight next. So not going to happen. Number 3, Jamal Charlo. I mean, it's up to these guys to make the fight. Munguia's right there. He's, you know, he's supposed to be the, you know, the top contender, but for some reason, you know, that fight has not been made, and it doesn't look like they're in any kind of rush. Yeah, they're going to do their posturing and talking shit, but it's both it's on them for why the fight doesn't happen or does happen, if they can make it go down. So hopefully they can. Hopefully we see that fight pop off, but I doubt it. Number 4 is WBA regular champion Erislandy Lara. I'm not seeing it because it's not a mandatory fight, and Lara fights for the PBC. Jaime Munguia's a golden boy. I highly doubt this fight. I don't think this fight has any chance of happening next. Number 5 is Chris Eubank Jr. Well, Chris Eubank's number 1 in the WBA right now. This is another one of those fights that could happen if the two sides wanted to make the fight happen. But I don't believe that either side, or at least Munguia's side, wants this fight. So, I don't know. It could happen if he wanted it, but I don't think he does want the fight, to be honest. Number 6, Janibek Alan Canuli. Well, this one's interesting. He can get this fight if Andrade decides to vacate the WBO belt instead of fighting Alan Canuli. Alan Canuli is going to be upgraded to champion because he's the interim champ right now. And then he could fight the number 1 contender, Jaime Munguia, next. But I don't believe Munguia wants the fight. So another one I don't see happening next unless Munguia shows some balls and decides to fight. Next up is Carlos Adames. Another fight that can happen if he wants the fight to happen, because Adames is number 1 in the WBC, and I believe Munguia is number 2, and he could make it happen if he signed on a dotted line. But for some reason, he doesn't want to do that. I know it's a tougher fight to make, but in a mandatory situation, it wouldn't be even though they have rival promoters in the PBC and Golden Boy. what would happen is it would go to a purse bid. Whoever wins a purse bid wins the rights to the fight, and then the other fighter has to go onto the other network and fight. But it would be a mandatory fight, so the fight would have to happen. It wouldn't matter where. And another one, I just don't think Munguia wants to get it done, because I think he's afraid that and Golden Boy's afraid that the PBC will win the rights to the fight, and then Munguia doesn't fight on DAZN and Golden Boy, or doesn't fight on DAZN after that. He fights on Showtime or Fox, and I don't think they want that to happen in his next fight. Next up is former champ Ryota Murata. Murata's coming off of a loss to Triple G, but also he's got a co-promotional deal with Top Rank, and Munguia's with Golden Boy and DAZN, so I'm not seeing it. And then finally, Sergey Derevyanchenko. Another fight that could happen if Munguia wanted it to happen, because it could be a contenders bout or an eliminator in the WBC, but that doesn't look likely. So for Munguia, there's a lot of fights that he could get if he signed on the dotted line and took the risk, or him and Golden Boy weren't so concerned with who wins promotional rights. I understand why they're concerned, but you know, if another governing body, I mean, if another promotion is willing to pay more to have Munguia fight their guy on their network, then they should give up a fight to try to gain a world champion and build his resume, and understand that his long-term deal is with Golden Boy and DAZN. But that doesn't seem to be going down. So I really don't know what he's going to do next. I know there was a talk about him and Daniel Jacobs locking up at like a catchweight. You know, but other than that, I haven't heard anything. That fight interests me, but not very much, because if he beats Jacobs with the way Jacobs has looked in his last couple fights, it's going to be a nice name on his belt, but people I don't think are really going to care. And that's the thing. I think they want to see him fight a top 10 middleweight and beat that top 10 middleweight, or fight a champion and beat him to see how good he is, to test himself. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like he wants to test himself. So we'll see what happens. But that's the what's next on Jaime Munguia, the undefeated and former junior middleweight champion at 154 pounds, following another knockout win over Jimmy Kelly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.